Hey everyone, how's it going? This is Richard Kuo, and we have a question from Gamingwithkoalas105 Koala, and he asks, how do you start a conversation, especially with friends? And this is geared towards my friends who just feel a little bit awkward starting conversations. If there's like that awkward tension, what do you do? And especially people who have social anxiety. I think number one, practice is the best thing you could do. Right now I'm not with friends, but I will shoot some videos of just talking to some strangers. And I think one of the best things you can do besides practice is just observe what people do and just keep practicing. Practicing is going to ultimately get you better. So I'll be honest, I feel a little anxiety talking to strangers because it's a little bit awkward, but it's okay. It's all about just pushing through, and hopefully this supports you, okay? So I'll be talking to some strangers right now. Hey everyone, how's it going? I'm here with
Chris Dow.
Chris, Richard.
Nice
All right,
to meet you, boss.
so let's see. Chris just randomly pulled me aside. He tapped me on the shoulder. I'm like, "Who's this guy?" And he's like, he looked at my shirt, and he's like, "Oh, like I recognize that, and I know people from there." So we're talking about just social anxiety. So I'm just kind of curious, for people who are struggling with social anxiety, especially younger people, what advice would you give to them to like go out there and start conversations?
First step's always the hardest. Okay, all you gotta do is just say hello most of the time. It's no tricks. All it is just initiate the first step. Everybody's so scared about taking the leap, but really all it is taking the first inch, and then every inch gets easier and easier.
Awesome. Yeah, and honestly, just in general, this is literally a conversation right now. Like, asking questions is a great way to start.
About a t-shirt, that's all it is.
About a t-shirt, exactly.
Anything you're interested in, just ask a question. Always ask questions, that way you get them to be the one talking. That way you don't have to sound stupid.
Exactly. So if you struggle with social anxiety, all you gotta do is just give questions to the other person to ask questions. That's all.
Perfect.
All right, thank you.
All right, man. Take care.
Hey, so I just want to quickly summarize what I learned from this experience, as well as the research that I did online, just to figure out what is the best way to start a conversation. I would say the biggest tip that I found out is to just ask questions. Yes, a conversation it's a two-way street, but asking questions is the best way to go, in my opinion. And I think there's three types of questions you could ask. One is a question related with a compliment. For example, let's say, "Hey, nice shirt. Where did you get that from?" You want to follow up with a question instead of just saying, "Hey, nice shirt," because they're just going to say, "Oh, thank you." And the conversation stops there. So follow up with a question, open-ended question at the end. "Hey, nice shirt. Where'd you get that from?" Just be authentic and compliment on whatever is natural to you. That's the first type of question. Second type of question I would say is related with interest. "Hey, what kind of music do you like listening to?" Okay. And then third type I would say is current events. So it could be something that just happened. It could be, "Oh my goodness, did you see that meteor that just crashed?" Or like, "Did you just see that car accident?" Or something like, "Hey, did you see that television show?" Like whatever is relevant to you. Those are great ways to start off conversations. And so that's more the technique. And I would say the mindset is also very important when it comes to social anxiety and starting conversations. The main thing is just practice, 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 practice. Like that's all it is. It's just practice. You're going to get over time. And the other part about mindset is, don't worry if you mess up. It's perfectly okay to mess up and be in an awkward situation. Just keep moving forward from it, grow from it, and embrace the awkwardness. Be okay with it, all right? So those are my tips on how to overcome social anxiety through starting a conversation. And if you have any more questions, feel free to just drop questions off in the comments or just join us on our live videos and you could ask questions there. Okay, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.